see if they can get some time of their own.
Yeah, it's just a contest fest for now. Every pinch is currently being watched. Just trying to hit your stuns, your nades to get him off of this P one time, but Afro goes for the chow. So now C9 have the advantage. You have all the control of the spawn. So 20 seconds remaining here at the P1, and you're forcing Boston to just flood right through the middle.
And Afro's 5-0. He's been in the hard point the entire time. Those are all objective kills. He may be really close to having an early Hellstorm. He will be taken down by Snoopy. Trades are out, though, so Cloud9 will at least have some retained pressure over mid. But you look over to the bottom side of the minimap. P2 about to open up. Max surprises Nasty, and Cloud9 already have an early edge over towards P2.
Yeah, that's a massive kill from Max, surprising Nasty the way that he did, because Nasty was there about 15 seconds into the HP. At P1, and now off the rotation, Cloud9 are going to be successful. Afro continuing to shine here early, switches over from the SMG to the AR in hand, knows that this gunfight is a little bit easier with the M15, but the pinch is on for Boston. They're coming from everywhere.
Oh, timing for being a break, and now they have awareness for where Cloud9 spawns are. Quick reattempt, potentially for a break for Cloud9, but they're doing it with isolated numbers. They've been isolated, no problems. They're up and over. Snoopy gets the damage to help out Purge, and Boston will retain their break.
Yeah, this is an easy 30-second hold there. Boston don't even decide to play the Jennies. You're forcing them to overextend, head glitch the box, or Gore Top Motel. They hold down this final 30 seconds to perfection. Now it's all about the battle off rotation. Is Nasty or Snoopy gonna get caught off guard? He does. Afro wins the initial fight, so Cloud9 in position to rally up a lot of time here, because P3 is basically unbreakable if you got that plane heady.
Oh, especially with this setup. You've got Beans watching one overextension. Afro's the first point of contact over towards blue. You're gonna have just so much information to how you need to set up inside the hill. Down to can you figure out that Nasty's still playing behind you. Initial kill is good. Afro can't quite mantle to get over to find his former EU counterpart, and eventually gets the kill, but not before Boston find the break.
Yeah, and look at where Bean spawns. So now he has an opportunity to make up for this. What Nasty just did in top green. But he's gonna get caught. Perfect read there from Purge. Now you have all of C9 spawning on the backside of green. Kill feed lights up in green. All map control in favor of the breach, and they have an opportunity now to chain this P3 to the P4 and blow the game wide.
13-7 as he just falls to Afro. So a chance for Cloud9 quickly to transition off the old time at 3 to initiate an early break at 4. Snoopy with an M15 in hand. Can't quite find the feet of Afro down low, and he looks towards the staircase, and that's when Afro pops up for 2. Vivid makes safe the front, and Cloud9 have a chance to regain the lead.
That's a perfect early break there from C9, and it all starts with those gunfights at that old time. You force all of Boston to be trapped in towards the backside of blue, and then one player is going to spawn out. They just overwhelm you with the pressure through white wall, and now you cannot break yourself back into it. They have it locked down. All of Boston spawning over towards P2. Afro on another streak. He does have a Hellstorm this time, but Boston at least fighting for this final 20.
Yeah, Afro really the sole factor for why Cloud9 continued to stay close in these games. The opening P1, he was on a 5-0 start. Right there, another large streak. He's 16-6. Can anyone else step up to try to make this a little bit easier for the full squad? And Beans has 3. Try to chase down one more. He knows
not going to be as clean of a break opportunity that Boston was looking for, but now you got back green. Vivid from the front lines, cutting at mid-cut, lines him up with the pistol. But Boston again, another lead change, and now you just got to hold.
Oh, Snoopy gets red though. 3 kills for Cloud9. Back and forth we go as all 4 breach members drop. 27 seconds on the hill, still to soak up for this scrap time. And Cloud9 gonna have our first substantial kind of finishing moment on this first set of hills. More kills to follow.
Manage a lot of this game. Let's go to a listening with the squad in blue.
I'm streaking, fuck it.
Nasty's gate.
I'm wrapping to you, Ben.
Streak straight away, okay?
Hold on toes. Time, I'm gonna go right again.
Are you dead? Like shit. Hold on.
I just my towards the front hill.
They're running into tools.
Listen, 2 tools.
Another one tools.
That's right, gate.
That's 4.
I'm in trophy
I have a trophy on myself.
I'm looking over one time.
Pick the right side.
Yeah, streak. I'm looking for gate.
I'm 9-year-old.
Here we go, make cut.
Nice.
Nice. Make cut.
Make cut. One side, boys.
Make cut and set.
Side me.
Make cut the T1 is dead.
I trophy is 2 ticks gone.
Me close right.
On the side right now.
They're top. Top.
One shot.
Nice.
Stairs and middle.
Top Nasty, hit him once.
Okay. That's me.
I'm nading time.
I didn't set my time. I'm pitching again if you
I
guys
need
do it.
box.
Low.
Go box up.
Left side top. Top dead.
Go.
Yeah, male Nasty.
I'm going through
Playing
man.
through old. One's walking up base stairs. One's going top.
Left, one's green.
Michael playing weak.
One shot, top green 2. There's
I'm working mid, guys.
We got time.
I'm trying to point.
Yeah,
Playing after that, I'm playing.
I'm with you. I'm coming.
They shot me.
Trying to
Let's see this guy shot, boys. Nice. Go on. He can't cross. He could be mid me, guys. You can play kills cam mid. Yeah, okay. Left and shit. I'll just try to get shot, boys. Sharp, Reese, absolute sharp, guys.
C5 after. The name back 5. Yeah.
Absolute. I'm helping Tom. Top 5 beans.
Reese, you got me,
bro. This is so far.
Yeah.
Play close to the plane for time. Absolute plane after.
Yeah, Reese up sandbags, boys.
This is from Cloud9, and we rotate over to new, and Max found himself 3 in a row, a particular double that has Boston trying to stretch something in from the front, but Purge is being hunted, and Cloud9 will get over the 200-point threshold.
Hey, Cloud9 are just making what they need to at the right time. They're getting breaks in those final 20 seconds, soaking up that final junk time, and then having early rotations as well. That's been a difference so far in this game. Boston is still fighting tooth and nail to keep themselves into the mix.
Best of the spawns.
Yeah, he just has to stay alive. Beans does get caught working the OE, but Mac from the front side is able to pop 2, and Vivid, his partner in crime, pops the other. Boston all the way across the map. Cloud9 can still close it out, and last time they put them in this kind of setup, Boston couldn't even touch it, but kills go their way. They flooded mid-cut.
Yeah, Cloud9 are going to spawn tremendously close to the hard point. Nades are landing, though, for the Boston break attempt. Challenges in for Nasty. Shut down and push back as Max finds another. But there is a team kill, and that opens up the door for Breach to get in and at least keep the game going. So keep your focus over to Cammy.
Hey, Breach is 200-point mark. You can technically get it done if no one contests his P1 time, but Cloud9 is starting to work on some of these routes. They take White Wall away. What is it going to do to the spawn? Team kills don't help, and you got to stay alive now if you're Purge.
Yeah, that was a team kill right in front and on the hard point with nobody from Cloud9 nearby. Cammy able to make up for 1. Needs to find this kill to Afro quickly. Here comes Nasty for the slide through. He finds the elimination. Can anyone touch in time? Max trying to get there at the last second. You got to put your foot on the hard point, but the rest of Cloud9 support find the kills they need and make sure there's no late effort for Boston. They've revealed a little bit as Afro has to hold off. They're waiting for Mac to show some force first. Through the smoke, up and over. A little bit of damage comes through, but not enough to delete any members. Snoopy's team kill, though, does get us to a 2v2. 23 seconds on the clock. Cammy seen over towards 10. Beans getting a bit of a workout from him as Afro gets off the regen, trying to finish the food, and that's enough for the kill. 15 seconds on the clock. Purge for the 1v2. Trying to play the timing with the bomb, but Afro's going to push him out. Someone just needs to hop, but they don't. Maybe you guys correctly. Oh, the timing, not ideal. Purge finds the diffuser. No time for Afro to get back on the bomb.
Afro had his head
on who could possibly be on that heady, and Purge is going to call for help from Nasty.
You're so overwhelming them with pressure. You have Vivid, being the other player watching the pinch, but you're not checking your corners, and now Purge can get activated, able to get out with his life finesse back. Now you have the advantage for another gunfight as Nasty lines it up with the scope 4v2.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go right there for Cloud9. Purge following with another, leaving it down to Vivid, and he will be also picked off by Nasty. So good setup there for Boston.
Yeah, Boston already knows. You're going to get aggressive on B. You're most likely doing it with some teammates, so let's just not waste any time trying to clear out that space. Just work it over to the opposite side, but Beans is holding the angle on the outskirts of rooftops, finds the first blood onto Snoopy, and now C9 have the advantage.
At least by numbers, but playing retake with Beans on a scope could be difficult, especially with Boston playing forward over towards small with Cammy. A little bit of free fire comes through, finds the first, but meanwhile, Beans connected onto Purge outside the roofs, and Vivid secures the trade. So now it just comes down to Nasty for the 1v3. At least has the bomb to play with, damage onto Beans, but there's the rest of Cloud9 willing and waiting to play out, overwhelm, and find the kill. So now you got to play retake behind this. And you're already seeing a couple of shots from Vivid at mid, so this post plant is quite dynamic. Meanwhile, Boston trying to flood this together, but Afro catches his first. Follow-up from Vivid. Oh! Perfect. What a snap for 2. And it's all on to Nasty. Hits once onto Beans. Can he get forward and get a weapon? Right now he's got the pistol out. Decent slide. He finds the kill, but Mac is there to make sure no more antics.
Be out of position. So let's just try to take this bomb side and instantly work our bomb plan, but it's Vivid working this late pinch. He gets caught. Great play from Cammy.
Yeah, now Cammy can kind of float a little bit closer towards A in case this hit from the front starts to develop, but the trades are good. Beans by himself, not to be counted out in this 1v3 technically. 2 more to find. We saw it on Colossus last week. But this is a little bit different. There's not a lot of windows to find angles at. And it looks like Beans may just back off here and kind of value his life moving forward. Yeah, very well may. But he's supposed to be the guy that, as you scale him deep, he can do this. Make sure the defense cannot wrap back over through mid. So 3v3. Nasty very cautious about how he wants to set himself up, knowing that there's imminent threats, but he does have an AR in hand this time, so he's a little bit more flexible. Rotation over from the Boston defense through Dojo on the way, but Nasty's in trouble and he'll fall.
Yeah, he just gets isolated. And now the bomb is getting planted for C9. Boston aren't going to waste any time. They're instantly trying to see it, but they don't spot the guy planting, so the bomb gets down. Snoopy's still in the play. 1v2, 1v1.
Okay, off the reset. Vivid playing rooftops. Timing for Cammy's decent, but the shot just a touch better for Vivid. Clean. Cloud9 was heavily stacked at mid, so Mac has to be patient through Dojo, but once again, you've got a member forward for Cloud9 in towards hole. Problem is, Boston are not stopping at B. They're trying to push through this. Vivid is at least able to keep them honest, and now Afro, his timing on the flank could be huge. Boston still fully focused on the front. They lose track of the flank, and now you've got the perfect pitch for Cloud9.
Yeah, 1v3 for Nasty. Gonna be trapped in towards 10. I don't think C9 are aware of it, but once he gets his first kill, everyone's gonna turn. He's knocked down to 80 HP, just trying to finesse, and so far doing a good job of so, but too many players still left on the side of C9. And that play call right there.
Conditioning and good learning from Cloud9. If Purge is going to continue to throw opening shoulders at A or at mid, why not try to get a look at him? It works, but on the other side, Cammy responds. We go 3v3.
To get some information though onto Nasty. So you know he was a sniper player over towards A. And on the opposite side, Beans is going to be isolated. So it's a 2v1 on this end, but they are trying to catch Beans by himself. They got him trapped, but they have no idea now where he is.
Can he find the perfect timing? Vivid going to get the plant off. I believe Beans is on the hunt for Cammy. I think he saw him. Just comes down to COD timing here, and yeah, that information was perfect. Beans now has a rifle to work with. Afro on the other side is just playing the 1-for-1 corner. He gets one, it should guarantee the round. Does Snoopy predict this though? Not quite. Meanwhile, Nasty connects through small, trying to back up. He can find Afro before he gets to the corner. Maybe there's a chance, but yeah, Afro's shoulder confirms that.
Can you potentially spot these players off of the exit? You're gonna have Nasty walking right into the pre-aim of Afro. 2v1 for Mr. Purge.
Yeah, that was Nasty just trying to beat the timing to see if he can catch the flank before it gets there, but he was late to the party. Purge, thinking about the rewrap. Has to make sure no one's on for the defuse. Keeping himself tucked, and now Cloud9 are making their move to clear out the site. Purge checks again, sees one. Has one nade to play with. Afro diffusing, bomb will land, but flash jacket keeps him safe, and he can't find the jump kill. Oh! How about it? The nade must attack both. Purge, they're gonna run it down middle. Vivid in trouble, dealt with, and now Boston have to scramble to respond to this. As Boston, or pardon me, Cloud9 will have to scramble to respond to this as Boston's fully committed forward, but Mac is going to see just a small bit of info that there are players still forward at mid, and that's enough for Cloud9 to make the gut check call saying, let's go, let's try to get some info on A quickly.
Yeah, but Snoopy spotted them, so they're going to be ready for this push. Everyone rallied in towards the side room,
Unreal.
but the teamwork right there out of C9 allows them to instantly win every single one of those gunfights, and now Cammy in a 1v3.
That's such a good discipline call from Cloud9. Cammy's able to find one, though we're not done. Resets. Mac will take the time to plant. Cammy's going to flip the map around by playing backside roofs. Now in the approach. Cloud9 still looking forward. Cammy. Has he seen anything yet? It doesn't matter. Cloud9 is there. That is such a beautiful... In those key eliminations, as we get a little bit of a battle for Motel, Boston will win that. Nice little isolation onto Afro through mid, and now Boston can set themselves up. Nasty up and over, looking for Mac deeper, but he's going to shut down not just one, but two. Follow up off the spawn. Afro in trouble, but has help, or does he? Vivid gets shut down, and now Boston can grab and really set up and execute towards A.
Oh yeah, this is a free cap. Afro's not going to be in a position. Nasty right up the middle. Give me that first point there for Boston. One kill. It was Nasty on the previous attempt, and this time it was Snoopy. Because C9 had all the map control, all the kills in their favor. Just could not locate the final guy. Now Boston a player from the back foot. Can this player mid-cut get something done? No, Cammy gets cut down, so now you're trapped towards the backside of Motel. Someone's got to ice up on some fights, and it's Snoopy with a bailout double. Gives you another shot.
Now Beats, a couple of tags in, but has to keep his head on a swivel, and as he does, it's Boston who at least gets some forward defense moving.
Oh yeah, Beans finds a double, so now you can get aggressive up through plane. Force Snoopy to reposition himself, And now you have control of the EMP, but here comes Cammy working the pinch every single time. It's just one kill breaking them down, because if you're the ball carrier in Afro, you're thinking I can wrap back to my teammates. But now with Cammy in your base, all of Boston flooding, 3 go down, second score is bound to come in.
Looks that way. Vivid will drop unless Afro can get over the top. No, he's shut down. But wait, Beans has found one. Purge is low, but Cammy is there. A couple of the wallbang shots do eventually come.
Team kill isn't going to help, but the reset has come in. Cammy watching over. That is going to be 3 dead. You already have players in the base if you are Cloud9, but the EMP carrier cannot cross for free, because Nasty finding that 1 kill isn't going to be a difference. They get on the board.
And some exit kills come through here. So hold on a second. 16 seconds. EMP is going to unlock here in a moment. Boston are a little bit spawn trap, but Vivid cannot enforce the trap. So it's on to Beans, and he will also drop. Afro thought about it, but instead just going to kind of get to work, chipping away at this setup. And it looks like he's going to have to kind of play on an island. We're going to get the overtime of an extra 30 seconds, but Cloud9 have very little ground to work with.
Yeah, you're just looking for some kills in the middle of the map. Cammy strikes first. Nasty finds kill number 2. Now you're just going to make an heroic push here. They're going to be outnumbered. Boston just playing the defense, not allowing you to get close. But you don't give them an opportunity, and they do not. Boston going into the half up 2-1. But it just gets bad timing off the respawn of Snoopy. But the reset comes in, back to square one for both teams.
Yep, Nasty key in that small moment. Finding a couple of kills, stopping Cloud9 from reinforcing the far up EMP position. Beans resorting to the pistol, overwhelmed. Nasty continues on a bit of a hot streak there this first part of the second half. 20 and 16 overall.
Big win.
Nice tracking from Vivid to stop Snoopy from breaking ankles. But all things told, back and forth affair, and it's just a tug-of-war game over the middle of the map.
Yeah, Vivid's finding every clutch kill. Securing top green, making sure that EMP is going to be safe, and now 2 kills go in favor of C9. Yeah, I have information that one of the guys is going to be in towards Deli, but now you got to slow down, because 3 make it all 4 dead for Boston. They have all the map control. This is an easy score.
Mac is able to get around the corner, but isn't able to find the kills that he needs. Boston take advantage of the 4-man feed. Cloud9 now stuck, split spawning all over the map.
So with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, C9 need to get something going quick.
Oh, careful if you're Nasty. Don't want to drop here, especially with Vivid creating some noise at mid. Purge will fall first. Cloud9 trying to hunt. Mac gets a ton of damage into Nasty, and mid has opened up. So trying to support our Boston, but that's going to be 3 dead. One more, and Purge is good for the opener, but Mac is able to at least get across. There's a little bit of help. Can he get there to score? Just comes down to, is any nades going to touch? No, not quite.
He's already in position to spawn you over towards White Wall. Not ideal when that EMP is reset over towards Motel. Thankfully, he is quickly handled. But 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. C9 just need to slow down, look for a wave of kills, but Nasty finds 2. Afro's got to get something done on the pitch. Boston again, all map control, EMP in their possession.
And Nasty can just keep pushing spawns off, and he is on the prowl. Doesn't take advantage of the opening freebie, though. Beans gets 2 on the low ground. It just comes down to, can anyone stop the actual EMP carrier? But he's already being tagged up through the wall. Opportunity for a quick counterattack. Cloud9 have gotten out of spawn and put some pressure to keep Boston pinned up top at blue. Nasty again in trouble. Tags coming out. Snoopy trying to force the issue, gets denied. That's 2 dead. Cammy playing close in on the corner. He cannot stop the score. 30 seconds on the clock. Boston will clear out Cloud9, but not before we get to a 1-point game.
Yeah, C9 are already in the position to have the map control to potentially get another score, but it's Nasty again, lighting up the kill feed on 6 in a row, taking care of the overextenders, and just playing keep away for now. Final 15 seconds, you let Nasty get 1 more kill in the Hellstorm. It's GG.
Sure could be, but you have to get the EMP first. If you're Cloud9, then focus on the front. Nasty does get shut down. 2 seconds. Boston going to try to deny the EMP from being picked up. Although, there it is. Let's say 1 more member down low will get the final kill needed. No overtime here. No final chances. Double. Nasty responds in kind. And all in all, leads to a 1-on-1 over the top of the hill. And, well, that will be enough. Whoa, okay. We're getting ourselves straightened out here. Be enough for some early time.
Rewind. We got to see all these kills. They happen so many times. We're back into the game. Purge on 3 in a row. He's going to get shut down. You still have sack control if you are Boston. And right now, C9 playing on the back foot. Everyone towards yellow, just funneling over towards the HP is not ideal. Someone's got to hit her out.
12 seconds remaining. Cloud9 still forcing everything from the front, and Cammy with an AR in the hill will get 3 in a row. His regen slowed by the stun. That's when Afro pounces. So now Cloud9 working to hit. So every single kill coming through for New York, they'll establish hardpoint control and also dominate the spawns.
Yeah, now New York can run it up because you have Beans already contesting around this mid map. Boston are focused on him. Where has he gone? He's trying to set up the timing play. At least finds one. Should set up your team in Mac for the trade. Now you just got to gun down the rest of Boston. Approaching from the front side, and that's already the first push getting shut down. 30 seconds left to go. Mac taking more space in Boston. Now you're going to be forced to make a decision. We got to rotate because breaking front is not going to be easy.
No, not at all. And more importantly, look how far forward Cloud9 have pushed. If they find this next wave of kills, they could actually force Boston to spawn behind and away from P3. For now, Boston's still spawning down on the lower left-hand side of the map. Trades right through tunnel, have Beans scope up, trying to find the connection through the wall, but not great after the initial breakoff. Looked pretty perfect for Boston. Have not had a moment from them largely since. A couple of the kills come through here, but Mac is very safe inside a tunnel. Head on a swivel though. They know the pitch is on the way. Beans deals with the opener. Mac throwing shoulders, trying to keep Cammy a little bit further away as help has now arrived. Purge inside the hill. Vivid on the pinch has been read. Moment for Boston, pending they can shut Vivid down, and they do.
Yeah, Boston can walk away with this final 15, but now Mackenzie Mouse is playing ahead of the game. Early off the rotation, not going to be spotted on the cross, but Purge knows there has to be someone in the vicinity. Let me take my time, clear out every single corner. But
3 members focused front though here for the breach. Mac looking for trades as Snoopy bumps the hill. Can't quite finish the kill, and that's 4 dead. So with 40 seconds on the clock, Boston's still going to prefer to, of course, keep the spawns close. But they are starting to push up a little bit, make life miserable for Cloud9 trying to rotate in.
yeah, they're so far away. You're spawning in the backside of P2 because you're taking space at P2 and you're hard blocking towards the back. So Boston uncontested here at the P4, have the lead for now, but C9 aren't going to give it up for free. Still trying to pressure from the front, getting gunned down by Cammy, and now you have that decision made for you. We got to cut our losses, set up at new. We don't want to give Cammy an early Hellstorm.
Well, he made back and forth over P1.
Yeah, C9 had the blue side, but right now Boston are playing keep away here at P1. Looking for kills to go their way. Snoopy trying to finesse. Teamwork on display as Cammy keeps him alive. Purge does the same thing. And now with 3 dead in the feed, you're locating the last guy. And if you get that kill, you spawn them all behind you. But C9 still, with the spawns over towards blue, gonna get this one last push.
Yeah, no reason not to. Not with as much time as still remains here on 1. First 2 kills are good. Snoopy, Purge, couple of the trades. Vivid still in the hill, being bullied out, and Boston will win back mid. Beans makes sure, though, that there's no immediate follow-through to get to the P2 side of the map for Boston for now, but both teams are spawning on the left-hand side with only 8 seconds remaining here in the hill. So every fight over the top, the mid, or through P2 is important. They've been able to find one to slow down the rotation, but the lead is going to be about 40-plus points now as Boston are putting early pressure on P2, and Snoopy and Purge open things up for the breach.
Massive moment here for Boston. You got full 60 last go around at P2 because you go forward.
Able to get some contest into these last moments, and we keep our eyes and attention down towards the bottom left-hand side of the map. Hellstorms could be a factor still, but the spawns move with only 5 seconds remaining. Boston have an edge to at least set themselves up with 2 members first.
Get a little too aggressive out of the view RC9. Now you got to fight the back out to break this HP. Boston already here though. Cammy playing it to perfection. First blood, stall time with the Semtex. Teammate here to help you, and I'll clean up the rest. All 4 dead. Boston looking to close it out right here, right now.
Yeah, it's been just back-to-back hills that have come through so nicely for breach. Nasty, able to find one more over the top. Gets the read that Cloud9 are setting up their approach from the front, and no one finds a kill for C9. Last chance, last-ditch effort to extend the map. Afro shut down. Cammy's going to be on 5. Give him number 6. 31 and 13. Boston looking for the reverse sweep will send us to 5.
Whew, that was the timings. Right now, Beans is looking for the gun and the bomb. Able to pick up a Dravik. Boston have already cleared out space over towards B. Now the double chow should come in towards A. You're not able to spot him if you're Snoopy, so Beans is going to exit.
And he's going to try to reset this. Snoopy going to hop. Beans, former teammates with him. Does he anticipate this? No, not going to check. And Snoopy will confirm the round with the numbers right, but was worried about the help and support, so. Stun check through the smoke for Nasty works. Cook nade on the corner, lands, and Mac will fall. So good first blood again here for Boston playing an early 4v3.
Now we just got to convert on it. Because C9 now have to make up for the numbers. They do a great job already of taking a lot of space towards mid. You put down shots of your Vivid to be the bait and switcher to set up Afro for a kill, but Bean should not die in that scenario. And now it's Afro left in a 1v3, trapped between a rock and a hard place. And Boston capitalizing off these first bloods quickly up 2-0. So they can make a decision on what bomb they want to go to. But Boston are all the way across the map. The longer you wait, the more space that they're clearing out, and the more they're aware that the play is going to be over towards B. So we got to get it down.
You just can't commit to staying on that flank watch for so long, and now you've got some nerve about trying to hit over to B. Committing. Bomb for Vivid will be planted. So how do Cammy and Nasty try to play this for the retake? Vivid has both weapons to use. And he's going to get tested here over towards Tank. He's out in the middle of no man's land, but he's able to find at least 1+ damage. Beans cooking a nade to see if he can get one for free, but looks like Cammy's going to be alive and well. To the 1v1 we go. And he finds him over the top. Perfect timing. Beans was trying to be sneaky, but Cammy takes away.
The gunfight's already going down at the middle of the map. Instant 3v3 as Snoopy finds a trade, and Snoopy's not slowing down. Kill number 2, looking for kill number 3.
I love that. Nasty gets the info that, yep, Beans is playing up top. Doesn't look like he's sniping, so try to bully out the bottom, put pressure on Beans, and then wrap around the back of it. Snoopy off 3 in a row. Nasty, he's being chased and doesn't know it, as Vivid is right behind him, but Vivid sees none of this intel. So now he's a little bit lost, and he's got to go across the map to try to get to the A site.
And once this bomb goes down at A, there's only so many spots that you can clear on out before you run out of time. So Vivid has to work quickly to gain some kind of information. Wrapping his way through back window, going to work to low dirt right into Boston setup.
Yeah, and Snoopy's going to get the intel. So Nasty will watch on a bit of a hard scoped angle. Nade just to slow things down. Here comes the first gel. Snoopy sliding away off the corner of the wall jump. At least able to create space for the Vivid is able to at least come up and find good timing for 2. Cammy was thinking about trying to play for the trade, but it's not going to be able to get an angle on it initially. And now Cammy's in a little bit of trouble. He's committed, but Beans finds the easy trade 1v1 early with Nasty again.
Does Beans have some clutch in him? Your team desperately needs it right here, right now. And Nasty's just playing the 50-50 chance. Both players not willing to move. Don't want to make a mistake. But time is starting to tick, and this is what Nasty's looking forward to.
It's all quiet. And it very well may be for a while here as Beans continues to show that he doesn't really commit to plant right now. But here he goes. Does he clear up this top platform? I don't know if Nasty's fully seen him. Wait.
He can plant it and instantly get the kill.
This could be... Yeah, but unless Beans can get down to bottom dirt. Nasty initially with that little jump peak just isn't in a spot to find the connection. Until almost. But doesn't make a difference. Cammy's found first blood. That's down low towards dirt side. Stuns, nades all landing. Nasty missing another freebie onto Vivid, but the push-up's now starting to come through with Purge on the flank. Snippy supporting from the front, and Purge not even needed this time. Nasty lands. They know where their Afro is, and Beans finds himself in a very impossible 1v4.
Yeah, let's just chalk this one up, Mr. Benjamin. Sniper pistol. I don't know how you're gonna do this. Yeah, you don't stand no chance. Boston,
please welcome to the stream. Boston, you here? You with me? Hello? It's Byron. All right, Mr. Plumridge, excited to chat with you. Just wanted to start with Scar. How do you know all the spawns at this early in the game? Because every time they were spawning, you already had your crosshair on them.
No, I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit dodgy on the overload. If you're talking about the overload, the spawns are a bit. Could be a bit more consistent, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I did a good job this time.
You did a good job. You were locked in, Nasty, and I think that's why they brought you in. I wanted to ask you guys have had some wonky series, dude. Going down, reverse sweeps, left and right. What's going on, man? Why are these series getting so out of whack?
Honestly, we're just choking some of these maps. Like if you actually go look back at our series, we're in like the winning position, and then it comes down to like a small moment, and we just kind of throw it away, and then that gives the other team momentum. It's happened in literally every series we've played so far. And I think that just comes down to like comms and stuff. I think we get a bit frantic. That map 4, we spoke about having good comms, like calming it down, and it worked out. And the map 4 we played flawless. That's the best hardpoint we played in a while. So yeah, I think it's just that, to be honest.
Nasty, I kind of want to piggyback off of that and just kind of be like, it's one more weekend as we head into the major. And for you guys, give your fans, give us some hope of like, what do you think is the biggest strength in the Boston Breach camp right now? I don't care if it's in the game or out of the game. What should we look forward to in these next 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, we're a Vibe squad. We're working it out. Like, we're getting there, I promise. Like, our S&D's pretty good. Like, map 2 honestly didn't show it, but like I said, we're just getting on our heads a little bit. But we're definitely going for it. I'm seeing improvement.
Awesome. Thanks.
Nasty, true or false? Boston Breach enters Texas with a higher seed than LA Thieves.
Oh.
We play them, right? Yes, definitely.
It's going to come down to that.
I'm not losing, no. Huh?
That's my guy, Nasty. Excited to see your final match. Best of luck.
Appreciate it. Have a good one, guys.
Congratulations, Boston Breach. They get the first match win of the day, but we still have